brief explanation of where I'm going today. 2 permissions ago, the farmer kindly gave me an intro to a couple who own a house which English Heritage lists as 18th century, but it was explained to me that part of the house has earlier origins, i.e. 15th century, and they have a field out the back of about 4+ acres. So I'm now off to that particular permission. It's close to a den, and in Kent the place names with den endings stretch in a concentration between Ashford and Tunbridge Wells in the large part, and these were outliers from the manors which were outside of the forest, which I explained in the last video, which is now the Weald and has been largely cleared. But before the conquest, most of the manors were outside of the forest and had outliers called dens and hursts and leas, and these pertain to clearings in the forest that were used by swineherders for pannage for pigs. So the pigs were taken into the forest for about 4 months, and between September and December, and then back to the manors. And the distribution pattern of the earliest settlements in West Kent broadly follows the distribution of the Roman villas in the earlier era, which mainly lay on the rivers, and the dens didn't develop into communities until after the conquest, really. So just giving you a brief idea of where I'm heading today. It's to a private house and a small permission and a number of ponds. And here's the pond. So quite a beautiful setting. It's August the 11th, I believe, 2026. The ground's very hard, obviously, but we got just over 4 acres here. Alright, hole number 121. Quite a few signals around this pond, incidentally. 21 full depth. Let's see what we find. Promised that I'd replace the plugs as best I can, which is always good practice, so that the sheep or the dogs don't pull the plugs out as it's so dry. Right, that there. What is it? Oh. I think that's part of an don't know, piece of machinery or part of an exploded shell, one or the other. Alright, hole number 2 is an 18. In amongst lots of other bits of rubbish by the pond. So it's probably been dredged. The VMI coming through. Alright, turns out to be a piece of aluminium, unfortunately. There's going to be quite a lot of rubbish in this area. I might have to expand out a little bit. Right, away from the pond. A nice 26 there. It's pretty uniform all the way round. Oh, ground's a bit softer too. I'm reckoning on a coin. So hole number 3 could be a musket, although it's a bit high for that, I think. This is the Vanquish 540, and the VDI runs from -9 to +40. Okay, 25 it's showing now. It's pretty stable though. It's probably something copper anyway. Might be shrapnel. Alright, what have we got? Got something copper. It's a chain of some description. It's a piece of chain. Right, piece of chain. I think that's modern. Yeah, almost certainly modern. I was told the sheep would come and join me, so here they are. They're very friendly, obviously. I'm going to try and head down there, away from the pond, because there's an awful lot of rubbish around the pond. So the point about going up the top and detecting that area that's a bit like detecting the Thames is that you probably need a smaller coil to isolate a good signal from a bad one and reduce the amount of EMI, which is what people use on the River Thames. But down here, hopefully it'll be quiet enough for me to be able to isolate 1 or 2 signals for you. I've now gone to the lower part of the permission, as far away from the house as possible. There's just iron everywhere. Hoping, because this is a bit quieter, I might be able to isolate an interesting signal more easily. But down the bottom at the moment. Right, I've got a 22 here. If that was a coin, it would have to be shallow, I think, so anyway, we'll have a look. Also, the ground's a bit softer down here, lower down. Alright, it's in that clod. I can see something now. Have to go a bit carefully because obviously when the ground's so hard you can easily damage things. Right, let's see with the old pinpointer. It's clearly not very deep. Oh, takes a while to calibrate them, this Mine Lab pinpointer. It's getting pretty hot now. Got water, fortunately. And I got those fig biscuits that I mentioned last time. Oh my god. This piece of blooming aluminium, or tin. Aluminium. Right, not good. Right, on to the next anyway. Alright, this one's a 25. I'll keep persevering, because although that was a thin piece of aluminium, it felt more compact. The signal felt more compact because what you're reading is obviously a distortion of the magnetic field lines, and it's really just the ones that are compressed rather than dilated that makes it look like a sort of more compact or non-ferrous type signal. So always going to end up digging things like that, unfortunately. Let's see if this is something smaller. Right, going with the pinpoint. It's a bit deeper, this one I think. Bit deeper, or it's off centre, one or the other. Push that out of the way a minute. With a larger coil it's more likely to be off centre. You have to sacrifice your pinpointing for the sake of depth. See if it's in there. Right, I'll come back to you. There you go, it was completely off centre, but it's a long thin object and it's a 50 caliber machine gun bullet, so first thing, not a piece of rubbish anyway. The ground is so hard I really struggled to get the soil back into the hole because obviously it doesn't slot exactly in the way it came out, so I had to sort of smash the clods up, but I've got it back in. There you go. Sort of use the spade to break them into smaller pieces. Alright, this one's a 28. Nice and compact again. 23, 24 actually now. Alright, this one's in the sidewall, so completely off with my centering again, unfortunately. I think it's a piece of lead. See it there sticking out? What is it? No, it's just a piece of copper. Squashed piece of copper pipe, I think. Right, there's an awful lot of brick everywhere coming out of the field, so building detritus. This one's a nice mid-tone 16, down there at about 4 inches by the looks of it. So loads of brick. A lot of rubbish in this area, unfortunately, so I've got to dig it in order to find something good, which I haven't managed to do yet, but time will tell. Right, let's see whatever it is, something copper I think. End of a light bulb or something. Right, piece of machinery, piece of tubing, unfortunately. Copper alloy. I was told there might be a midden near here. Well, if they've spread that liberally all over the field, like a rubbish pit before we had the dustman, then obviously that would explain why there's so much trash in this area. But see what this one is, 24. Is that it? Right. Oh, there you go. Bottle lid. Am I actually in a rubbish pit? That's what I'm starting to think. Right. Well, this is 19 or 20. It's a modern deer stalking 243 or whatever it is round. Alright, I think this is 21. It's quite an irony signal. See, it's down there at about 8 inches. And it's a piece of chewed up aluminium. Right, very rubbishy at the moment. Right, whatever this is, it's this grey jar material, and there's something down here. Where are we? Have it. It's not very far down. Right, sorry about the wind. It seems to have come out. The jar is this one here, and looks Victorian or early 20th century. But whatever it is in there, and it's 21. It's probably the lid. Oh, no, it's not, it's a coin. Get the jar and then you get the coin. Not a jar full of coins, but it's the first coin of the day anyway. And what have we? I'll go on to the other camera for you. Whoever it is, he's facing left or she's facing left. It's either a George II in that case, or a Victoria. And there's the stoneware jar that came out of the same hole. I'll post a better picture up later so that you can see more clearly. Possibly a farthing. Well, it's a bit large to be a farthing, not sure. I think it was a George II, that last coin. I'm only 30 feet away. I think I've got another one. Right. I don't know if you can appreciate the hardness of the ground, the cracks in it, but got to be careful, that's the trouble. I need a hammer really to hammer the trowel in. Let's see if we can't get it out without. There you go. See it there? Just there. Sticking out. There we go. That is a farthing, that one, I'm pretty sure. Let's see who the who's on it, whose bust it is. I don't know who this one is, it's a farthing. It could even be George V or VI, so it might even be interwar, but something tells me it's older. Hopefully, with a decent picture, I'll be able to see Britannia with her shield there anyway, and the bust on the other side is definitely facing left. So, yeah, I'm not sure at this point. Right, this is quite a high number, but there's something separate in the clod here, which was 15. In the hole, it was 30. Right, something that's 15. Oh, very nice. It's a Cartwheel penny, I do believe. So that first coin might well be George II. There's another something else down the hole, which is a higher number. Or maybe lying flat this gave a higher number, but can't at the moment break the clod. Definitely don't want to use my trowel on that. If I do, then I've got to keep it away from the coin. There you go. Right. That's Cartwheel penny. I'll put you onto the other camera and we'll see what's down the rest. Don't know if you can see there, you get Cartwheel penny. That's one of the best I've ever found, I think. I'm going to clean it a bit more and you'll see, but see Britannia there. Let's see what's down the rest of this hole. 1797, they didn't produce them for more than a couple of years because they're very unpopular because they're so huge. Right, so you took the Cartwheel penny out, there's still a signal. It was originally 30, but have a listen. 18, so it could be anywhere down there. Right, found whatever it is. Down there at about 6 inches. Sidewall. Again, I've got to go very carefully. Probably not a coin. In fact, is that it? Don't think that's it, is it? No. That's a piece of iron by the looks of it. It's got something iron about it. Probably a nail. Is it? my other iron thing. Right, I don't know, it's broken, but piece of iron something. I'll get the rest. That was it. I'm pretty sure that little bit of iron something or other. Well, after lots of messing around, that 14 turned out to be a shotty shotgun cartridge end. There you go. This one, I can't honestly get any further than that. The ground is so hard. If I use my trowel, it just gives me blisters on your hand, so it's a bit of a rough tone anyway, so I'm going to abort that one. It's about 22, a bit of an unusual one. It's a little sort of pendant shaped as a shoe. I'll go on to the other camera for you. There you are, a little shoe made of lead, probably Victorian, not entirely sure, but a little lead shoe pendant type thing. Right, nice clear 20, but we're near to the pond unfortunately, which is full of detritus, the edges are, so it's been dredged I expect, or used as a rubbish pit. Just in the side wall here, whatever it is. See, it's a piece of aluminium bottle lid or something. Alright, this was a 19, it's down at the full. This pinpoint is 10 inches long, so it's slightly softer now that I've reached 10 inches. But I might call it a day because the ground is just so hard, you're just going to end up damaging whatever we find. Certainly up here, the ground seems to be harder up here than it is in the lower field. Lots of bricks and tile coming out here. Doesn't seem like iron, it's some non-ferrous, bits of glass as well coming out there. Oh, it's come out, hasn't it? Oh no, my pinpoint is off, hang on. Calibrate, go on. And you see I'm on it. What ghastly thing's it going to be down at 11 inches there? I thought it might be. It looks like... Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, I think we'll call it a day now. Found a few good things, so have to come back when the ground's a bit softer.